Hi everybody, welcome back to the glorious Sipsco Coast. We are back here at the Sipsco Coast after doing some fine work here on the Dongel 2.0, which is servicing a lot of traffic right now, which is great actually. It's very good. We don't seem to have too many traffic hotspots. I mean, if we come over here, I'm sure there are a couple of traffic hotspots, maybe some things that don't make sense, but it's fine. We'll come back through this way and we'll fix it all up. And we also have over here our wonderful Royal Oil Valley and the new and improved Disneyland Florida, which for now is okay, but we'll come back to it and probably fix it after. Today, after installing the Dongel 2.0 and the citizens of Donutsville and Bagelsville being quite happy, I think we can probably spend some time tarting up both Donutsville and Bagelsville again, because we've sort of left them just to do their own thing for a while now. We haven't really been back to help them out. Alright, great. Let's go into like super fast mode and let's get to work. So, we used to have Disney World Florida here, which used to be a massive industrial area. It looks like the pollution is all gone now, which is nice. So I think what we're going to try to do is maybe move all of our commercial into like a sort of like a shopping sort of center, have some commercial and stuff. We'll have it all here, and then of course the people of Bagelsville and Donutsville and of course Satansville, and maybe even some of the people that live in downtown Clowntown can come uptown to get their shop on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to get your shop on in a major way, and this will be the place to do it. So that means sort of migrating some stuff out of Donutsville, I think. We have quite a bit of commercial in Donutsville right now that doesn't really need to be here. We got a little commercial in Bagelsville, and there seems to be some sort of like budding commercial center in Satansville as well, randomly and somehow. So these commercial areas here are going to be contributing noise pollution. So when the people of Satansville, all these Satan worshippers, are in this park trying to like sacrifice goats and doing their sort of chanting and ritualistic stuff, of course all they're going to be able to hear is like beeping from like service trucks and delivery trucks like reversing into loading bays and stuff like that, people shouting at each other and calling each other assholes and stuff like that because they're working in a, you know, warehouse at the back of a supermarket or whatever. And I mean, I used to do that, so I know how it goes. I remember swearing and yelling at many people, like the Pepsi truck driver, the Coke truck driver, because they're separate companies. Also, the fresh produce driver, the meat wagon, all of them, you had to yell at them because everybody thought that they were way more important than the other, but you had to treat them all equally like shit so that they could actually deliver the stuff and get on with it. Alright, great. So, well, we have the mall anyway, and we have a lot of commercial that's going to have to come out here. I think, to begin with, let's try to plan it out a little bit. So we have this entrance here that's going to come down and service this sort of education station. It's going to get people into Bagelsville and Satansville. And actually, this road is probably not going to be too bad. The traffic along here shouldn't be too bad. There's offices here, there's some residential, there's the university and stuff, and then there's just some light residential. And we're hoping that most of the heavy traffic going into downtown Clowntown will follow the freeway instead of coming off here and then using these like sort of smaller roads or whatever. I mean, I say that they're smaller roads. They are 6-laners, which is nothing to be sort of scoffed at. I mean, that's a lot of lanes and a lot of road, but still they travel a lot faster on the highway. Look, you can see like they're having a race here. See, these ones are going way faster. They're like bullets, and these are just like slow bullets, and they have to stop a lot more too. All right, great. So we'll have like a main sort of entrance into this area, and we'll like sort of have, maybe we'll have like a medium road with trees inside. So like to get in here, oh, we could even have like a little roundabout to get in too. Wouldn't that be nice? Look, Bagelsville could have like a symbolic sort of roundabout close by, which would get traffic into. We could just have it small too. Could just make a small little roundabout and actually hook up this road to it, and then have a road jutting off, which then gets them into this like shopping district commercial center. All right, fine, let's do that. We'll do it and we'll see how it goes. So we'll delete this road for now and then rebuild it in a second. We'll get a small roundabout in here. We don't want to really hook it up to anything actually. well, if we can. We might need to, like, knock down a couple of houses in Bagelsville. They'll be fine, though. I think they'll be absolutely fine. I think they're just going to be so thrilled that there's going to be a roundabout so close to Bagelsville in the first place that they'll be fine. Alright, fine. There we go. A small roundabout. So that people can have a rip-roaring time on the small roundabout when they're coming in and out of Bagelsville. And also to this, like, you know, commercial thing that we're making. Okay, so are there any streetlights? Very important to always check if there's streetlights. There are none. Okay, excellent. We got these two roads connecting up to here. There's no streetlights, and it's all going one way, which is how a roundabout should go. And of course, a bunch of people have just parked their cars in the middle here thinking that this is a campsite. Of course, it's not a campsite. It is a roundabout. We could tart it up after as well, make it look more roundabout-ish. Okay, great. So, medium roads, a 4-lane road with decorative trees. Why not, right? It can come out like this, I suppose, and I don't know if it'll actually hook up to the highway. I'm going to say probably for now, no, it's not going to. But let's give it some room so if it needs to curve off, it can. So we'll do this. We have this like nice sort of bigger decorative road that can come off up here. And then we can have some roads leading off into here. And then some roads leading off into here. And then we can like plan a place to put like the mall and stuff. And maybe like the bus depot and a bunch of other like commercial stuff. So that people can come in here and, like I said, do some great shopping. I don't think the traffic's going to be too bad around here. There will be some industry trying to come in here to deliver and stuff, but that should be okay. As long as there's no traffic lights on here, and there aren't, the traffic will move quite nicely. It's like a 2-lane, and that's probably fine for the amount of traffic that we're going to get around here anyway. All right, excellent. So we'll have a road that comes off like this and connects up the whole thing. And I think we'll just have it like straight through like this for now, and then we'll sort of like find out where we have to. There we go. Okay, great. So we can do that. We can have a little intersection here. That should be okay. We don't really want too much on the road over there. We don't want to build anything up along the road, but we definitely want to get some stuff onto this road here. It can go up and maybe even come out on an intersection. Or do you think no? I'm thinking maybe no, actually. I don't know if we really want to have too many intersections. If we can... Oh, God. If we can help it. I didn't mean to do that. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so this can go and connect up to here like this. This can probably go to, like, here. And then we're going to decorate our Dongel as well. We're going to decorate it, like, in a major way. It's going to be like Mardi Gras up in our Dongel. In, like, a non-sexual way as well. If you know what I mean. Okay, great. We'll get rid of this. We'll have this, well, it would be nice if it connected straight, but I don't think it's going to. So we might have to do something like this. There we go. Okay, great. So we're going to fit a whole bunch of commercial in here to start with. And hopefully we're going to route the traffic through this roundabout up and in and then out again. We could even have like a one-way going in and a one-way coming out. That might actually help the traffic flow even better. And get rid of this intersection as well. Should we try to do that? That would be good, right? So we'll have like an in this way, coming off this way, and then the out can come, well, it's going to stretch across the whole way. And it hasn't actually added lights, which is very good. Okay, great. So we'll move that like down a bit. Sorry for all like the toing and froing here. We want to get this like sort of central to that so that it's not too close. Actually, it could go down another one. I'm being very particular. I think you have to be, though. Okay, there we go. And then we can have an out, like, up here. And then they have to go across this, like, T-junction. But that should be okay, as long as there's no lights. There seem to be some lights there, but there's no lights here. I think there's lights here because it's coming out on, like, this side of the road. But most of the traffic's going to want to go this way. So I think if it came out on this side instead, it would be better. But it's okay if there's lights up there. Like I said, there's not going to be, like, too much traffic in here anyway. All right, excellent. So the poor people of Donutsville now are going to have to deal with the fact that their mall of moderation is going to be relocated elsewhere. And we're probably going to shove it in here. We're going to shove them all in here with ample space for parking behind it. Or should we put it here? There's not going to be ample space for parking behind it if we shove it here. We could also have it here, but it's like a little bit of a weird angle. And it doesn't quite fit in there, but I don't want it to fit in there anyway. Okay, fine. So the Mall of Moderation doesn't have any electricity for now. We'll like hook some electricity up to it in a minute once we start putting some commercial in here. Let's rename this as well. It's not the Mall of Moderation. It's the Sipsco Coast Super Shoppers City. Or Super Shoppers sit. Let's get rid of that and say Super Shoppers. It's a tongue twister. Super Shoppers City. Okay, excellent. It's Sipsco Coast Super Shoppers City. I did it. Okay, excellent. So we'll shove that there. We'll see what else is here. There's a whole bunch of commercial here, which we don't want. We probably want to move the bus depot out of this residential area as well. I think that would probably make sense. We'll put it across the street from the mall here, like this. I think that'll be nice. And we'll see about changing some of this commercial here into residential. We also have this like park here, which we can move to. This is the Fountain of Life and Death. We'll move this into the commercial area too, I think, just to like sort of spruce the whole area up. We'll put it right next to the bus depot so that when people are like admiring how shitty the bus depot is, they can then sort of turn their faces and admire the fact that there's a really nice park right next to it. And the Sipsco Coast Super Shoppers Center has been built in probably the worst place ever. It's created a cliff here. There's like some weird sort of stunt jump that you have to go. Look at this guy's park, like almost completely vertically, like sticking straight up in the air. I mean, the saving grace is that they sell donuts here, which is great. And I think they also sell ice creams. I mean, we don't have an ice creamville, but the people of Bagelsville like ice creams enough so that they can deal with that anyway. So that's fine. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's start ripping out some of this commercial. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to replace this commercial with residential. Oh, look at this. There's a whole bunch of residential missing here that we can add in. So we're just adding light residential in here. We can probably add it like up along here too. I don't know why there's nothing on this road. I think it's because it downgraded from like a bigger road. So great. We're going to meet like some of this very, very low demand for residential. We're going to get rid of all of this commercial in here, turn it into residential. Hopefully people will move in to Donutsville. God, it's been a while since we've actually done anything in Donutsville, isn't it? Holy crap. Okay, change all this. All this stuff will get changed, turn into some nice residential homes for people to live in, work in, breathe in, have their lunch and their showers in and stuff, and all that other crap that people tend to do like in their houses when they have a house. I think that's a crematorium. Somebody's going to be very lucky living so close by to the crematorium. Of course, if they need to get cremed, that's the place to go. So they can do that. Perfect. Okay, we're getting rid of all of this noise pollution. Everybody's going to be pretty happy in Donutsville once all this happens. And then I think we're just sort of adding residential everywhere we can here, but we're going to probably come back in here at some point and replan some of it too, because I think that'll be nice. Because I think some of it does need to be replanned. Let's just get rid of everything on this big road. Everything on this big road too. We don't want like any... I mean, somebody made a good point. Like, I was starting to place residential and offices along the big roads because it doesn't create too much traffic. But somebody pointed out that, in fact, every once in a while services will have to stop there. So like the police, fire, and stuff like that. And that can cause slowdowns too. So it's probably best to avoid it. So let's get rid of everything off these big roads. Even though I added a whole bunch up here, it's probably fine to leave this stuff. But let's like sort of leave this as empty as we can. Same with this big road here. We need to get rid of all this stuff anyway because we want to replan how this big road connects up to here because it's like a bit of a weird curve right now. Not that I have anything against weird curves. I just don't want a weird curve in my Donutsville because that's not what I feel my Donutsville is all about. It's all about nice curves, round, donut-shaped circles with beautiful frosting, sometimes with sprinkles. We're going to get like some like single houses in here. Look, that's going to be like a groundskeeper Willy shack for sure, which will be nice. Get some houses in here. So I'm just dezoning this commercial. It's deconstructing straight away and then changing it back over into residential, except for like on these bigger roads, because I don't think we really necessarily need to have anything on the big roads. I think we could probably have some services on big roads. That's probably not too much of a problem, but maybe not like houses and stuff like that. Look at this. Even when you dezone them, they're just like so like they're so adamant that they're gonna rezone themselves and come back. Like, that's against the law, actually. It's like what we're doing right now is issuing and taking away building permits, and obviously there's some sort of like sinister underground, you know, shady movement against all this. Like, all these people are breaking the law every single day in Donutsville, and I just won't stand for it. All right, great. So we've done that. Let's pause it and we'll replan how this works because it doesn't look right. It needs to be sort of like a little bit straighter, I think. We'll get a medium road with trees inside and we'll have it sort of gently do that. It looks a little bit better. Not much better. I mean, we could really do with replanning where this road connects up as well, but we could do that after. We'll concentrate on the mall for now and this like commercial district that we're trying to create. All right, so we're gonna need some power. We're gonna have to hook it up with power. I think it's already hooked up with water from Disney World Florida before. Excellent. We'll power it up. And the mall is now working. There's a whole bunch of people parked outside. We can't be having that. We're gonna build some parking lots here for that. So we're actually gonna make 2-lane road with trees to force them off the roads so they can't park in front of or anywhere near the mall for that matter. We don't want anyone parking on these roads. We want to keep these roads like nice and clear so that all of the delivery trucks and everything can make the deliveries and stuff. It's gonna be great. We definitely don't want people parking on here. We definitely don't want them parking on here either. There we go. We've got some nice trees and stuff now. We've got some demand for commercial before we do that, and we're actually losing a lot of money now from all of that dezoning or whatever, but it's fine. We've got so much in the bank and it's creeping back up. It'll be fine. I've got like all these like extra add-ons from stuff that I was doing yesterday on stream. I was making like freight yards and stuff like that. Okay, we'll get some parking put in like, oh geez, are we just like one short? I think we're like 1 square short. Okay, we're gonna have to extend this road out by 1. I can't believe it. That's fine though. So where does that, okay, we'll have to do it this way. So it's not a 1-way, this is a 2-way, but this is a 2-way with trees on the side. Okay, so it has to come down to like here, I think. And then how many squares is it? It's 6. So we got 3 and then 6. So the road can come this way, and that should be enough room to shove the parking lot in across from the mall, I think. Is the parking lot, big parking lot? Yes. Okay, we're gonna have lots of parking lots because they look nice and they fill up the space quite nicely as well. Great. Okay, connect that up like that. We'll get rid of this like little scraggly bit of road, and then we're gonna fill this all up with commercial as well once the parking lots are down. Okay, excellent. So we got our parking lots for the mall. Wonderful. We're gonna go over and build some paths and stuff as well. We need some concrete paths to connect up to here so that people can get to the parking lot, cross the road and everything. Look, all of the disabled spots are like crazy and all over the place, but a nice little touch. There are benches, garbage cans, and 2 planters right in the middle of the parking lot for people to just come in and have a little sit down and enjoy themselves. And I think that that's actually really nice. All right, I have a path all the way around the mall too, so that people can admire the cliffs of Shoppers City, Sipsco Coast. I think that that's nice. We can also have like a path that sort of connects up to, well, nowhere, because we can't actually build on that. That's fine. It's a little bit tight, but we'll fill that with trees, I think. And let's get some commercial in here because we need it. So we're gonna go for some low density commercial all up in here. We're moving all of the commercial that we wrecked before into this area, and hopefully everybody will come here and do all of their shopping on a huge scale. Like I'm talking like a really big scale. We can shove some in there too. We can shove some up here. There's probably not going to be any, well, if there is a road, it'll be this, it'll curve around. All right, so there's a lot of people coming into the new Dongel 2.0 via this way, and it looks like some traffic is trying to come up this way as well, and it's causing a couple of little jams actually. But it may just be that because of all the rezoning that we've done, there's a lot of cars just trying to get to various places, and it'll all sort of, yeah, there. So it's starting to clear it already. Fine, excellent. What about more commercial? We probably need some along the bottom here as well, some more commercial. So we'll just shove it in here so that it builds here, but not right on the road. And then we can surround this with trees and stuff and just like fix it that way. And we'll also get rid of this power line, because the power lines, in my opinion, just don't look very good. They're just like a little bit of an eyesore. And of course, nobody wants to live next to them either, because they're like pretty dangerous or whatever. But there you go. All right, excellent. So we've sort of done it. We're almost there. We still have a couple of little bits of commercial that we have to rip out of Donutsville. And then once we've done that, we'll be able to work then on bagels. So we'll probably leave that there for now and then move it later. These people are just like forever breaking the law. Look at this. As soon as you get rid of it, it comes back. We might just need to like change it into... No, we can't. It's too late. Look, it's the mafia. We can't do anything about it. The mafia is just like insistent on breaking the law and coming back in here and rezoning our de-zoned areas. Look at this. These are all illegal shops. Please cease and desist, okay? What are they? They're little gas stations. I can't believe this. It's like the gas racket all over again. Come on, get out of here. We're going to knock them down. Look, we're going to send Killdozer in to knock down 4 gas stations that are all like back to back in that one area. Crazy. All right. Okay, so traffic is like increasing. There's a lot of people turning up to the new shopping district, probably for the first time. And then once they've done that, I think the traffic will subside a little bit. We'll get some industry traffic coming in here to do deliveries and stuff like that. That's fine. Look at all the traffic coming down the highway now and into the new Dongel 2.0. Most of it is getting backed up on this road for now, which is okay. There's a bunch of buses and stuff backed up, but again, we can probably sort that out later. For now, we have to do a very important task, and that is add a whole bunch of trees manually to this area. And how are we looking power-wise? Has it connected? Yes, it has. Okay, great. So we can get rid of this power line too and just fill it up with... I like these ones. I like oak trees, I think. I think oak trees are probably my favorite. And it's because of like all the varying colors and sizes. When you just shove them in here, it just looks utterly fantastic. And I also like to do it manually. I like the thudding sound that it makes. I find it very satisfying. And the more that I hear it, the more endorphins are released into my brain. And I feel better, and then eventually I have some sort of like massive climax, and it's incredible, and I would highly recommend it. And I think that if you read books about like tantric sex or whatever, you're doing it wrong, because all you need to do is grab a copy of this game, manually place trees, and you can have like some crazy drawn out 20-hour climax of your own just by placing trees and stuff, because I find this kind of stuff riveting and very orgasmic, actually. Wonderful. There's a bus stop here, which we'll probably need to move. I mean, we're going to have to move a lot of bus stops. We're sort of chopping and changing a lot of stuff in Sipsco Valley. Not Sipsco Valley, sorry, Sipsco Coast. And we're sort of doing it bit by bit as we think to do it. And I think that's probably the best way to do it, because with what I'm learning from the live streaming and what I'm learning about traffic and stuff like that, I feel like if we just come back through here and sort of like... bit by bit change it around and stuff like that, it'll make it more efficient, more effective, and we can take some time to like beautify it and stuff as well, which is always fun, as I place millions and millions of trees all up along here. But look, it makes a huge difference, right? When you add all these trees, it looked like so sort of sparse and bland before, but the minute you get like a little bit of green in here and you shove it in here, see, look, we've almost started decorating the Dingle Donger 2.0 here as well, and like I didn't even mean to. There's a whole bunch of shops just like right on the Dingle Donger as well. Look, they have like a perfect view of the Dongel 2.0 from where they are, and I think that that's fantastic. All right, we'll shove some more trees in here as well. I think that these little shops here are all like dentists and doctors and stuff. So of course, when you've been to the dentist and they've informed you of like your pending root canal, you're feeling just like a little bit sort of out of sorts, and you need to like go to, you know, you feel like you need to go to the beach and like kick a stone, and sad music is playing and stuff like that because of your root canal. You can just sort of think to yourself, hang on a second, it's not so bad. There's a tree here that I can just like go under and sort of start to feel better about myself, and I think that that'll be fine. We're going to connect this up like this too, so that people have access to that side of the road. Wonderful. And we'll shove some trees in here too, just for the whole rock kicking and feeling sorry for yourself thing that I was just talking about the root canal. All right, excellent. Trees. We can maybe get some paths and trees in here too. Look, there's a path that we can do like an uphill bike jump, possibly, that goes something like this, and then maybe leads onto this road here, so that people can, if they want to, walk around the shopping district, because of course that is a popular thing to do. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that goes shopping, well, pretty much ever, but from what I understand, sometimes when I do have to unfortunately go into town or whatever and maybe do like a bit of shopping or whatever, people seem to have a really nice time walking around, holding bags and like ice creams and like talking on their phones and hanging out with their friends, and like the complete opposite to me basically. I go to town and I just look miserable and I'm in a rush and I know exactly what I want to get and I have to run in there and get it, and then I have to run home and slam the door behind me and I'm sweating and like out of breath and everything because I hate going to town and I hate shopping so much. But for the people that actually enjoy it, I feel like if we provide them with some areas to walk and promenade with their loved ones or whatever, and maybe buy an ice cream and hold shopping bags and stuff like that, that'd be a good thing. It's all available for those people too in Sipsco Coast. See, we can like start a whole tourist campaign. We can get people to visit Sipsco Coast based on the fact that they can do some furious amounts of shopping. It doesn't look like, well, some of the parking lot's actually being used, which is nice. But look at that. Holy crap. Look, we've sort of made use of half of the space of Disney World, Florida, if you can believe that. We've introduced a massive parking lot, which is actually lined up pretty nicely. We put in a whole bunch of commercial buildings here, too. We've got horrendous amounts of traffic trying to come down here and get into this, which almost indicates that maybe it needs its own highway off-ramp instead to come down here. Which might actually be a little bit easier and then have the traffic flow back up and over. Maybe this is just too much traffic coming down into the Dongel 2.0. It remains to be seen. I mean, we can actually, if we want to, try this out. I mean, it's just a little bit further down. We can go maybe something like straight through here and then connect up into... Do we want to do this? I don't think we do, actually. I think we'll leave it for now. We'll let the traffic just sort itself out over time, because it would probably do that. I mean, it's a little bit jammed up here, but it's not actually backing traffic up on the new Dongel 2.0, so it's probably not worth worrying about at this point. Excellent. All right, so we've got the Edumacation Station, which we worked on last time, which is looking pretty nice, actually. From up here, it looks really nice. And then we've got this, like, new shopping center, which we can call... we have to call it something like trendy and fun, because we have to appeal to, like, the sort of shopping crew, if you like, and we have to be very careful about this because we don't want to like interrupt the new Dongel 2.0's space either. So it's called Ivy Square, which of course looks like it says My Square as well. That's what I thought it said at first, but let's call this Shopasaurus Rex. There you go, Shopasaurus Rex. And if anybody can mod in a statue of a big dinosaur wearing trendy sunglasses and holding a shopping bag, we can put it like here or maybe in the roundabout or whatever. Because who wouldn't want to go to a place called Shopasaurus Rex? I mean, for me, if somebody woke me up in the morning and said, hey, Sips, we have to go shopping today. You feel like going to Shopasaurus Rex? I'd be like, oh, Shopasaurus Rex. Yes, count me in. And I would be all about going to Shopasaurus Rex. That would be fantastic. Great. All right, fine. Shopasaurus Rex is now born. We can also add some commercial on the other side here too. And then maybe have some sort of on and off ramp for the highway here. If we add an on and off ramp to the highway here though, it's likely that it'll get very congested and that people will not use the Dongel 2.0. It's probably better, actually, that we have it the way that we do, where they're forced into the Dongel 2.0 and then they filter the traffic out that way and that way. I mean, it is actually flowing. I mean, there's a couple of stops, but that's to be expected. It's probably not helping that this road is here, actually. I don't know where the people of Bagelsville would get out. I suppose they could get out this way. All right, you know what? We are going to actually destroy this road, and poor Bagelsville is just going to be reeling at the prospect, but I think it's going to alleviate the traffic along here anyway. And they can come out this way instead, because it's not, it's further away from Shopasaurus Rex, where a lot of the traffic is trying to concentrate at this time. Excellent. Okay, that's already flowing a lot better, and we'll fix these bus routes and stuff next time too. Sweet. All right, fine. Slow and steady progress as usual. I think we've removed most of the commercial, except for like where the Mafia is operating right now inside of Donutsville. That's worked out well. So what I think we can do next time is we'll come back and we'll work on Donutsville. Because Donutsville can actually extend out a little bit more and probably fill in these gaps like along the highway a little bit better as well. We'll fix this road so that it goes straight up and connects up here. So we'll make like a new sort of like T junction here to connect up to this big road straight from here. And then we'll replan some of this. We can get rid of like this area here and turn it all into nice, affordable houses for people with some sort of morbid fascination with donuts. And then likewise, we can come back down here and fix up Bagelsville and Satonsville. Bagelsville needs to expand as well. It needs to be a little bit bigger. Satonsville is always going to be pretty compact in this little area because we got downtown Clowntown. But everything seems to be somewhat working. I'm pretty happy about how this is all turning out. Actually, these new areas that we've built around the new Dongel 2.0 have actually been my favorite. And I think they actually look the best too. Because we've just sort of spent some time planning where we want to put things, chopping and changing things and stuff. But this is actually, for the traffic, I think this is actually working quite well. I mean, probably not so much that these are two-way roads. I think they are. We could probably fix those, but there's an in and an out. So once they get in here, they can shake it all about, but then they come in and they go out that way. And it just sort of separates out the traffic. Makes it a lot less congested and probably therefore better. Great. All right. We'll end. Looking at these two new sort of areas that we've made it, my English skills, of course, are incredible. And we'll admire the new Dongel 2.0. And maybe next time we'll tart it up a little bit more, fix Donutsville, and do some other stuff. That'll probably be next week now. Excellent. All right. Well, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Look, I'll even put it into like dramatic EastEnders camera mode. And while I'm saying goodbye, I'm going to zoom in as well, okay? All right. Well, as usual, thanks very much for watching. This has been another episode of the Sipsco Coast. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next time.